Hello, good evening. Adeep, are you there? Adeep, just let me know if I'm audible or not. Hello. Adeep, I'm audible to you. Hello, good evening. Fushi, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you. So we are waiting for other students to join in. Once they join, then we will continue with our session. All right, everyone. Good evening. Uh, Hope I'm audible to all of you. So, first of all, before starting anything new in today's session, we will, as usual, we will first of all revise everything that we have discussed until now. So, I hope everyone knows that we were discussing about the partnership fundamentals about the partnership. So, before proceeding further, we will first of all recall and revise everything. Then, if you guys have any doubt, you can ask me, and only then we will proceed to the next topic. So the objective of today's session is to do questions based on interest on loan. But before that, I want all of you to recall everything that we have discussed till now. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, till now in our chapter we have discussed about the meaning of partnership. So as I've already explained that partnership has been explained under section 4 of the Partnership Act 1932, which basically define the partnership as a relationship between two or more person who have agreed to share the profits of a business, and that business can be carried on by all or by any of them acting on behalf of all of them. Then we discussed some salient features of the partnership, some characteristic of the partnership, and few important features of the partnership are like there need to have agreement among the partner, and that agreement can be oral or it can be in writing. But just keep that in mind that unless and until there is no agreement, there will be no partnership. So in order to form a partnership, you need to have agreement among the partners. Then, as per the Partnership Act 1932, Partnership Act 1932 requires that there should be at least 2% to start a partnership firm, and maximum 50% could be there. Then there should be some kind of legal business. Unless and until there is a business, there can not be a partnership. So just the co-ownership of a particular property, joint ownership of a particular property does not mean that person are partners. In order to have a partnership, there should be a legal business. Then there must be intention to make the profit, and and that profit need to be divided among the partners. Liability of the partners are unlimited. That it basically means that the liability may extend to the personal property of the partners as well. Then partnership can be registered, it cannot be registered. It completely depends upon the discretion or the choice of the partners. But obviously, an unregistered firm has certain limitation, and in order to avoid such limitation or disadvantages, it is always advisable, or it is always advised that partners should get their firm registered. And then there is a mutual agency among the partners. That means that the act performed by one person, one partner, is applicable, or it is you can say the liability of the other partners will also all the partners will get uh, all the partners will be liable for the act done by one partner. Then there cannot be transferability of share. One partner cannot transfer his share to some other person, some other partner, some other person, unless and until all the partners give their consent. Then we discuss about the partnership deed. I've told you that partnership deed is just an agreement that contains the terms and condition of the partnership agreement. Then why partnership deed is formed, we have discussed about this as well, that there are certain importance of the partnership deed, that it helps in the dispute settlement, it acts as an evidence in the court of law, and it regulates the duties and the power of the partner. Then we discussed about the content of the partnership deed, and various situation regarding which if partnership deed is silent, then how do we deal those situation as per the Partnership Act 1932. After that, we have discussed few questions based on partnership deed. And in the previous session, we were discussing about the very important topic, which is treatment of interest on loan. So regarding that, we have understood that there can be agreement among the partners regarding the treatment of interest on loan, or there may not be an agreement among the partners. So if there is agreement among the partners, regarding how interest on loan or how interest on loan will be dealt with, then interest on loan shall be dealt according to the agreement. But if there is no agreement, then Partnership Act 1932 comes into picture, and it says that whenever a partner have given a loan to the firm and when there is no agreement, then such partner shall be entitled to claim interest at the rate 6% per annum. Okay. After that, we have discussed the general entries that need to be passed whenever there is interest on loan. So there are two general entries. One is for the one is when interest get due, and when interest is actually transferred to the profit and loss account. So whenever interest get due, the general entry for that will be interest on loan account debit to partner's loan account. And whenever interest get transferred to the profit and loss account, the general entry will be profit and loss account debit to interest on loan. Keeping in mind that interest is always charged against the profit. That means, irrespective of whether there is a profit in the firm or losses, interest need to be paid to the partner in every situation. So interest on loan is a charge against profit. And we have discussed one or two questions, I think, in the previous session. I think we have already discussed question number 6 now. Question number 6 is already done in the class, yes or no?
Yes, sir, I think so.
And I guess I have given you one question as homework. So have you guys attempted that? You guys tried the question?
Yes, sir.
So I think question number 7 is also we have also completed it in the previous class.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So do you guys have any doubt you want to ask anything, or shall we proceed with the question?
No, sir.
No doubts. Okay. So I'm moving on to the next question. So we will start our session with this question number 8. So in question number 8, we have 3 different situations, and depending upon the different situation, we need to solve this question. So we are going to solve each case separately. So before starting with the solution, just read the entire question once. And if you guys have any problem understanding question, do let me know. So let me read it for you. The question says that X and Y are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 2:3 with capital of rupees 2 lakh and 3 lakh respectively. So there are two partners, both have contributed certain amount of capital. Mr. X have contributed 2 lakh and Mr. Y have contributed 3 lakh. They are partners and they have agreed to share the profit and losses in the ratio of 2:3. Next is on 1st of October 2019, X and Y gave loan of rupees 80,000 and 40,000 respectively to the firm. Okay, so both the partners have given a loan of certain amount. Question is asking you to show distribution of profit and losses for the year ended 31st March 2020 in each of the following alternative cases. So there are 3 different situations, and depending upon the situation, we need to show the distribution of profit and loss. Okay, so the case first says that we need to distribute the profit and loss if profit before interest for the year amounts to 21,000. Case 2 says if profit before interest for the year amounts to 3,000. And case 3 says if loss before interest for the year amount to rupees 1,400. So I hope question is clear. It will it will get more clear when we solve the question. So let me start with the solution. Before starting with the solution, I just wanted to know if the question is clear to all of you. Anybody having any doubt understanding question? Anybody having any problem understanding anything in the question? Do let me know. Only then I will start with the solution.
No, sir. Clear.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. So I'm continuing with the solution. Just give me a moment. So question number 8, solution to question 8 and case first. All right. See, in case 1, question says that there is a profit of 21,000. See, in the question, case 1 says if the profit before interest for the year amounts to 21,000, then we need to show the distribution of profit. See, before showing the distribution of profit, we need to calculate the interest on loan. After calculating interest on loan, we will subtract that interest from the amount of profit generated by the firm. And then the remaining profit will be distributed among the partners. This is how we will be solving it. So it is a 3-step process. First of all, we will calculate the interest on loan, number 1. Then we are going to reduce that interest on loan from the amount of profit generated by the firm. After deducting the interest on loan from profit, remaining profit will be distributed among the partners. So it is a 3-stage process. So let me start with the first step. First step will be calculation of interest. Calculation of interest on loan. Okay. So what were the amount of loan given by partner? X and Y both have given 80,000 and 40,000 respectively. So interest on X loan and interest on Y's loan. So amount of loan given by X was 80,000, right? 80,000. And amount of loan given by Y was 40,000, right? We need to calculate interest on this loan, and you can see that there is no agreement regarding payment of interest by the among the partners. So when loan is provided to the firm without any agreement regarding the interest, how much interest to be paid to the partners, then in that situation 6% interest is payable. So if 80,000 of loan is given to the firm, on this amount we will be charging 6% interest. And since the loan is given on 1st of October, so we will be charging interest for only 6 months, from October till 31st March 2020. So interest will be charged for 6-month period. So calculation will be 6 upon 12. Similarly, Y have given a loan of 40,000. Rate of interest will be 6% as well, since there was no agreement regarding the interest. So we will presume that interest 6% will be applicable. And similarly, since this loan was also given on 1st of October, so interest will be paid for 6-month period, 6 upon 12. Now we will calculate the amount of interest on this loan. So 6% on 80,000 divided by 6 by 12 into 6 by 12. So it will be, let me just calculate it. 80,000 into 6%. It will be 2,400. 2,400. And similarly, we will calculate interest on 40,000 as well. So 40,000 at the rate 6% per annum for 6-month period. It will be 1,200. So the total interest is 3600. Is that clear to all of you? Calculation of interest is clear to all, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to deduct now we will be calculating profit after payment of interest. So profit before interest on loan. Profit before interest on loan. How much was the profit before interest on loan? Profit before interest on loan was 21,000. Case 1, it says that profit before interest on loan is 21,000. So 21,000 was the profit before interest on loan. Now from this profit we need to pay interest on loan given by the partner. So we are going to reduce less interest on loan. And we just calculated interest on loan payable is 3600. So we are going to subtract it, and whatever the profit that we will have after subtracting it will be known as profit after payment of interest. It will be known as profit after interest on loan. So the profit after interest on loan will be 21,000 minus 3600. It will be 17,400. Tell me guys, is this clear to all of you? Profit before interest on loan was 21,000. We have deducted interest that is payable to partner on their loan, 3,600. And this profit will be, we will have the remaining profit after payment of interest, 17,400. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Finally, now the last step. So as I have already told you that solution requires 3 steps. So first, in the first step, we have calculated interest on loan. In the second step we have calculated profit after interest on loan. And finally, we are going to show the distribution of losses. Showing distribution of profit and loss. So showing distribution of profit and loss among the partners. So for 17,400 will be shared among the partner, that is X and Y. So out of 17,400, how much will be allocated to X capital account and Y's capital account? So allocation or distribution of profit and loss depends upon the profit sharing ratio. So as question already specified, the profit sharing ratio among the partners were 2:3. So that means this profit need to be divided among the partners in the ratio of 2:3. So that means 17,000 out of 17,400, we are going to allocate in respect of X capital account will be 2/5, and in respect of Y it will be 3/5. Let me calculate it. 17,400 into 2 divided by 5. It will be 6. 6960. And in respect of Y, it will be 10,440. This is the distribution of profit and loss between X and Y. Tell me guys, is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you the entire solution. So we have taken 3 steps. First, we have calculated interest on loan. Then we have calculated profit remaining after payment of interest. That was 17,400. And then we have distributed this profit between X and Y in their profit sharing ratio, that was 2:3. Okay. Anyone having any doubt? Anybody want to ask anything that is not clear?
No doubts.
Okay, so I'll move to the next case, case number second. Case second. Guys, I want all of you to either take the screenshot or just note it down and let me know when you are done. Adeeb, Abin, Alexander, Hiba, Khushi, Mariam, Muhammad, and Sir. Guys, I want all of you to write it down, or else you can, for the time being, you can also take the screenshot. But just let me know when you are done, either with the writing or taking of the screenshot. Mariam is saying she's done. Okay. Everyone else, everyone else is still writing.
No, sir. Finished. Done,
Finished?
sir.
Okay,
Done, sir.
done. Okay, very good. So let's move to the next case, case second. In case second, everything is same. Only thing that has changed this time is in the case second. Question says that we need to distribute the profit and losses if profit before interest for the year amounts to 3,000 this time. So earlier in the case one, the profit were 21,000, but this time profit is 3,000. And accordingly, we need to show the distribution of profit. So let's start. So as we have already calculated in the case one that interest on loan, interest on loan,
Hello, sir.
yes,
Sir, my name is Ebin, so I'm new to your class, sir.
yes, Abel.
Sir, I'm
This
a
is your first
new,
class, right?
yeah, it's my first class, so I'm new to this class.
And you are not able to relate to anything that we are doing.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So that's why I have asked my team that they should share the link with you 15 minutes prior to the class. But since you are joining late, and I'm sure that you are not able to get anything, you are not able to understand anything. So
No,
there is
it was informed that the class is at 5:30.
okay. So you were informed that class will be at 5:30. Okay. So there's some problem from our side, obviously. No problem. Abin, we have two options. Either you can leave the session for now, and we will arrange a separate session with you tomorrow. Or else, if you want to continue with this session, you can continue, and we will otherwise also we will arrange a session tomorrow.
Sir, it would be better to arrange a session tomorrow because I'm totally confused what chapter is
Okay,
going
no
on.
problem, no problem, Evan. So you can, for now, you just leave the session. I'll talk to my team. They will arrange a session with you tomorrow, and then accordingly you can we will start a fresh.
Sir, tomorrow at which time?
My team will get in touch with you. They will inform you about it. I'll have to discuss with my team. Accordingly, they will inform.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So for now, you can just leave.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So this is also my first class.
What's
I
your name?
wasn't
Sorry.
able to join.
Okay. Hiba.
Hiba,
Okay.
yes.
Great. No problem. So
But I'm
Hiba,
familiar with the topic.
so if you want to continue with the session,
Yes, I'm familiar with the topic.
okay, no problem. So just continue with the session, and if you
Sir,
feel like
I'm not familiar with this topic because this topic is not taught in our class. So,
yeah, no problem, Abin. You can just leave the session now. We will arrange a separate session with you tomorrow, and I'll explain everything, whatever I'm teaching in class, and
okay, sir.
then
Okay.
you will be able to understand.
Okay.
And Hiba, you can continue with the class, and we will.
Yes.
I'll arrange a separate session with you too.
Okay.
Tomorrow, and in that class I'll be providing you the backup of everything that we have done in the previous two classes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is that clear to you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, guys, so let's continue with the with case two. So in the case second, we are required to show the distribution of profit and loss again, but this time profit is only 3,000. All right. So in the case second, we will be calculating interest on loan. But since we have already calculated interest on loan in the previous case, so we already know that interest on loan in respect of X and Y will be 2400 and 1200. 2400. So total amount that is payable on account of interest on loan will be 2600. Next step will be we will be calculating profit and loss after interest on loan. So profit before interest is already given in the question. For profit before interest was 3000 only, and we need to subtract the interest on loan out of this, and interest on loan is already 3600. So this time we are going to have a loss of 600, right? So loss after interest on 600. And finally, the third step showing distribution of profit and loss. So we will be distributing loss of 600 between X and Y. And this is going to be allocated in their profit sharing ratio 2:3. So 600 will be divided in the ratio 2:3, that is 2/5, and 600 into 3. Okay, is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
140 and 600. 360. So this is how case 2 will be dealt with. Case 7. Please note it down, or else you can also take the screenshot. And now I want all of you to try the third case on your own. Done, guys? Done with the screenshot, or you are still writing it?
Sir took screenshot. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I'm showing you the third case, and I want all of you to try this yourself. Case 3. In this situation, the firm is already in a loss of 1400 rupees. Firm is already under a loss of 1400. And in this situation, we need to show the allocation of or the distribution of profit or losses.
Sir, finished.
Finished. Can you tell me the amount of losses allocated between X and Y?
Sir, is it? So can you repeat what did you just say?
Sorry,
Can you repeat what you
just,
said?
just wanted to know the allocation of losses between X and Y. I just wanted to know the final answer.
The final answer I got it's 5,000. I guess.
5,000 is the total amount of loss, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, very good. And when it is allocated between X and Y, the amount of allocation in the hand of X will be,
So I didn't wrote that.
okay, you're still doing it. Okay, anybody have completed it? Alexander, Adib, Kushi, Mariam, Saif, anyone else?
No, sir.
Still doing it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the only change this time is that the instead of giving you the profit, question is saying that firm is incurring a loss of 1400. Okay, let me show you the solution. In the case 3, as usual, we will first of all show the interest on loan, right? Interest that is payable to X and Y. So we already have calculated interest on loan in the case 1 for the capital for the loan given by partner X, the interest will be 2,400 and for Y it will be 1,200. So the total amount of loan that is payable to X and Y will be 3,600. Okay, after that we will calculate the profit or loss after interest on loan. So since there is already loss before interest on loan, there was a loss of 1,400, right? So we already got the answer in negative. We have a negative 1,400. That means we have a loss of 1,400. Further, we will subtract interest on loan that is payable to partner, which we have calculated 3,600. So it will further increases the amount of loss for the firm. So the total amount of loss for the firm will now stands at 5,000. And finally, we will distribute this loss between the partners in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:3. So when you will divide this loss among the partner X and Y, the allocation will be 2,000 in respect of X, and for Y have to bear a loss of 3,000. So this is how this equation will be dealt with. Tell me guys, is this clear to all of you? Anybody need more elaboration or explanation?
Clear, sir.
You can explain again.
Okay. See, the only difference in this question is that this time instead of having a profit, we have a loss of 14, right? So this is going to remain same. Interest on loan is same as it was in the previous case, second and the first case. So the interest on loan is 3,600. Now, what do? We subtract this interest from the amount of profit, right? But since there is no profit, but still the interest is to be paid by the firm. So we are going to subtract this interest from the loss of the firm. So loss already incurred by the firm is 1,400. We have to pay the interest on partners loan that stands at 3,600. So out of from 1,400, when you will subtract 3,600, you will get minus 5,000. That means you have a loss of 5,000. Is that clear to you? After getting a loss, since there is a loss, there is no profit, and partner already have agreed to share the profit as well as losses in the ratio of 2:3. So they will have to share this loss in the ratio of 2:3 as well. So we have divided 5,000 in respect of X and Y in their profit sharing ratio. That is 5,000 into 2 by 5 and 5,000 into 3 by 5. So the amount will be 2,000 and 3,000. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is clear. Okay. So you're still writing it. Anybody is writing it?
No, sir. Done.
Done. Everybody done?
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
guys, only then I'll move to the next question. Huh?
Done.
Done. So let's move to the next question. Question number. Okay, before starting with a new question, we will first of all discuss the format of the profit and loss account, or you can say the profit and loss appropriation account. We will first of all discuss the format, only then we will move to the next question, because in the next question we will be the question will be asking us to prepare a profit and loss. So therefore, I want all of you to just understand the format, only then we will move to the next question. See, no need to write it down. You just focus on understanding it. Profit and loss account. For the year ending 31st of March of a particular year, then we will make some column. First of all, column for the particulars and amount. And on the right hand side, we will have the same column again, particulars and amount. I hope all of you already know that we have two aspect of our account. One is called the debit aspect and the credit aspect. So this is the debit part and this is the credit part of the account. All right. So see, you can also call this account a profit and loss adjustment account. So whenever there is profit given in the question, like in the previous question that we were discussing just now, in case one, the profit was 21,000. So whenever there is profit given in the question, you will always write that profit on the credit side of the profit and loss account, and you will be writing it like this: by profit, and whatever the amount, you will write it here. Profit is always shown on the credit side, and if there is a loss, like in the case 3, we had a loss. So whenever there is a loss, you will write it on the debit side like this: to loss, and whatever the amount in the amount column. After that, if we are paying any interest to the partner, all the expenses, all the payment will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So if we are paying interest to the partners, interest on their loan, so interest to interest on loan. So if we are paying interest on loan to partners, we are going to indicate it like this: to X, whatever the interest that we are paying to partner X and partner Y, whatever the amount will be, we will write it here, and then we will total it in the amount column. Similarly, if we are paying any kind of any other expenses out of profit, then we are going to indicate it on the debit side as well. So like we are paying rent or any other expense, we will be writing it on the debit side. Guys, we will take a break for 2 minutes and then we will continue with this. Just wait for a minute. All right, everyone. See, so this is going to be the format of the profit and loss account. So as I told you that if whenever there is profit given in the question, we are going to write it down on the credit side of the profit and loss account. And if there is loss, then we will be indicating it on the debit side. After that, any kind of payment or expense being incurred by the firm, all the expenses will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Okay. And after payment of all kind of expenses, remaining amount will be transferred to the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So the remaining profit will be transferred to the partner. Let's suppose there is a profit of 10,000, for example. Out of 10,000, we have to pay interest on loan amounting to, for example, 6,000. So then after payment of interest, there is an obligation of payment of rent as well. Let's suppose rent is 1,000 and other expenses also stands at, let's suppose 500. All right. So out of 10,000, we will be paying interest on loan 6,000, 1,000 for rent and 500 for expenses. That means the remaining profit will be 7,500, right? This 7,500 will be distributed between X and Y. If there is profit, then it will be divided among the partners. But what if there is a loss? Let's suppose profit was 10,000, interest on loan was 16,000, and the rent was 1,000 and expenses 1,500. So when you will total all the expenses, you will notice that expenses is exceeding the profit. So in this situation, we will have a loss. So whatever the loss we will have, we will divide the entire amount of loss between the partners in their profit sharing ratios. Tell me, is this clear to you? How profit and loss account will be formed? We will have two aspects of the profit and loss account, credit and debit. All the profit on the credit side, losses on the debit side, if any. Accordingly, interest will be paid out of profit. And if there is a loss, it will still be paid. Rent expenses and other expenses will be paid. And whatever the remaining profit will be there, it will be transferred to the respective capital account of the partners. And if there is a loss, then it will also be divided among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Tell me guys, is this clear to all of you? How profit and loss account will be formed?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear. Okay. So let me show you how it is actually prepared, profit and loss account. So I want all of you to take the screenshot of this, please. Please take a screenshot. Done, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are moving to the next question, and in this question we will also be preparing profit and loss account. Okay, so this is the question number 9. Bat and ball are partners sharing profit in the ratio of 2:3 with capital of rupees 1,20,000 and 60,000 respectively. Okay, so there are two partners, bat and ball. Both are partners in the profit and the profit sharing ratio is 2:3. They have contributed 1,20,000 and 60,000 respectively. On 1st of October 2019, Bat and Ball gave a loan of 2,40,000 and 1,20,000 respectively. So both the partners are contributing loan towards the firm. That had allowed the firm to use his property for business for a monthly rent of rupees 5,000. So one of the partner have allowed the firm to use his personal property, and for which this partner will be charging a rent of 5,000. Okay. Next point is the loss for the year ended 31st March is 9,000. So the firm is already suffering with a loss of 9,000, and we need to show the distribution of profit. Okay. So I guess question is clear to all of you. This time question is not asking us to prepare the profit and loss account. Question is asking us to show the distribution of profit and loss only, but we will be preparing a profit and loss account as well. But before that, we will first of all show the distribution of profit and loss as we were doing in the previous question, and after showing the distribution, then we will continue with the preparation calculation of the profit and loss account. So let's continue as usual, as we were doing in the previous question. First of all, solution. Fine. We will be calculating the interest. So first step will be calculation of interest on loan. Interest on partners loan. Okay. So there are two partners, bat and ball, and they have contributed 2,40,000, 1,20,000 as a loan. So bat have given a loan of 2,40,000 and ball have given a loan of rupees 1,20,000. Since there was no agreement regarding payment of interest on loan, so this time interest will be payable at the rate 6% per annum. And obviously, since the loan is not given at the beginning of the year, loan was only given on in the month of October. So interest will be charged from October till 31st March 2021. So that means interest will be charged for 6 months period, 6 upon 12 and 6 upon 12. Tell me guys, calculate the interest. Let me know the value of interest, please. On 2,40,000, 6% will be 14,400, and we need to pay the interest for half year, 7,200. Interest payable to BAT's loan is 7,200, and it will be 3,600. Tell me everyone, is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now we will calculate profit or loss after payment of interest on loan. Profit or loss after payment of interest on loan. So loss, obviously loss is given this time. Loss before payment of interest was 9,000. See, in the last line it is written that interest before rent and interest, loss was 9,000. Loss is loss before interest and rent as well, 9,000. That means out of this loss, we need to pay for the interest as well as for the rent. So we will subtract, first of all, we will subtract interest on loan. Interest on loan is how much? The total amount of interest on loan will be 7,200 plus 3,600. It will be 10,800. Right? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After that, one of the partners have given his private property for the use of business, and on which he is expecting a rent of 5,000 as well. So 5,000 rent will also be subtracted less rent, and this property was given by that, so rent will be paid to that. Okay. Monthly rent was 5,000, but we need to pay the rent for the entire year, right? 5,000 for 12 months, it will be 60,000. So finally, the loss loss after interest and rent will be, what will be the total amount of rent after payment of interest and rent? It will be 60,000 plus 10,800 plus 9,000. So 79,800 will be the total amount of loss. This is the total amount. Since there is a loss, so I'm writing the amount in the bracket. Okay. Tell me, guys, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Now we need to show the distribution of this loss. Finally, distribution of loss. And this is going to be distributed among the partner, between the partner, in the 2:3 ratio. So the ratio 2:3. So in respect of that and ball, loss will be 79,800. That will obviously share a loss of 2/5, and ball will share a loss of 3/5. So it will be 31,920. 31,920. And in respect of ball, it will be 47,880. Tell me, guys, is this clear to all of you? Anybody need any explanation or any point?
No doubt, sir.
No doubts. All of you guys are still writing it, or you're done with the writing? You guys are still writing?
Sir, we are
First-
writing.
Okay. Just note it down. Let me know when you're done. And then we will write it in the profit and loss account. We will-
So can you show the question?
This is the question.
So 1 minute. Done, sir.
Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let's now prepare the profit and loss account. Let's start with the formation of the profit and loss account. So first of all, let's make the formula. Profit and loss account for the year ending 31st of March 2020. Total amount. Okay. So since there was loss given in the question, so we will be writing to loss or profit and loss. Loss was of 9,000. The amount of loss was 9,000. So to loss 9,000. Okay. Then out of this loss we need to pay for the interest on loan and rent as well. So let me write it down. First of all, rent to BAT for his private property given for the use of business, and the amount of loan was amount of rent was 60,000, right? So 60,000, we will be debiting it to the profit and loss account, 60,000. After that, interest to interest on loan, that and that. So the interest in respect of that will be 7,200, and in respect of wall it was 3,600, and total amount was 10,800. Then, so this is it. These were the two expenses. Now we need to transfer the entire amount of loss to the partners, to bat and ball. So since there is a loss, so we will be transferring the, whenever there is a loss, we show the transfer of distribution of losses on the debit, on the, sorry, on the credit side of the profit and loss account. So by loss transferred to, losses is being transferred to bat and ball. So losses will be transferred to bat and, see, the total amount of loss was 79,800. Total amount of loss is 79,800, and this loss is going to be divided between bat and ball. So out of 79,800, bat is going to bear 31,920. So in respect of that, the loss is 31,920, and in respect of Y, in respect of ball, it will be 47,880. 47,880. So the total allocation of loss in respect of bat and ball will be 79,800. This is it. Now we will tally both the sides, 79,800. Both the sides should have the equal balance. Tell me everyone, is this account is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to ask anything? Adib, Hiba, Khushi, Mariam, Saif?
No, sir, no doubt.
No doubts. Okay, Saif, you have any doubt? Adib and Hiba?
No, sir.
No doubts. Okay, guys. So this is it. I'm giving you a few questions as homework to all of you, and I want all of you to try these questions. Just a moment. So question number 10. Yeah. Please take the screenshot of this. I want all of you to try this one. We need to show the distribution of profit and loss. And I want all of you to prepare the profit and loss account as well. After showing the distribution in this format, after showing the distribution of profits in this format, I want all of you to prepare the profit and loss account as well. Okay. So take the screenshot of the question number 10, and we have one more question. Done with the screenshot, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes,
we have
sir.
one more question. Take the screenshot of this one. Question number 11. Okay. So these two questions are your homework. So this is it for today's class. I hope everything that we discussed is clear to all of you. Now, in the next class, we will discuss few more questions, and the upcoming questions will be more advanced question. It will be a bit difficult, and there will be more items will be there, and we will talk more about the profit and loss appropriation account as well. Okay, so this is it, guys. Thank you so much for attending this session. And Hiba, I will talk to my team and arrange a session with you tomorrow. They will inform you about
Okay,
the
sir.
extra session. Okay.
Okay.
So today's class is clear to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
So
in school
I-
we have been taught this. So
okay, you already know all this.
yeah.
So we will discuss the theoretical aspect of the partnership firm that I have taught these students in the first two sessions. So I'll give you a backup of everything that we have discussed till now, and from the next session onward, you will continue with the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for attending the session. This is it from my side. We'll see you in the next class. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.